Hey Cancer, welcome back. So Cancer, this is going to be your you versus them reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you might be dealing with. My readings are timeless, so it will resonate at different timelines. When you're finding it, that's when it's for you. And because it's general, it can also be interchangeable. So Cancer, as I was meditating before I started the video, I had an image of a peacock. And then I heard the saying, birds of a feather flock together. So I don't really know what that means for you, but for me, when I think of peacocks, I think of like a very unique personality, beauty, and maybe you're exuding that during this time frame, okay? Or maybe that has a deeper meaning for some of you. But let's see how this goes into the rest of the reading, and maybe we could put it together, all right? So you have the Sun energy here and Libra energy showing up as the shared energy for you and the person you're connecting with. This is all about essence and energy, self-awareness, your heart chakra, spirit, creativity. It's about self-expression and self-sufficiency, absolutely. Interestingly enough, this also highlights the father or father figure or the patriarch. So that may be highlighted for you during this time frame. Also, you have, like I said, Libra influences here, meaning that could be the energy that's also permeating the situation. And we are in Libra season. Well, nearing the end of it, but we are. So that makes sense. So this is a harmonious, cooperative type of energy, a very artistic. And interestingly enough, this talks about unique and art and aesthetics, which reminds me of a peacock. So maybe you're a peacock. I don't know. But yes, it's a very aspirational type of energy. Now, of course, energy has two sides to it. So on the other side of this, it can be a little bit indecisive, judgmental, a little bit too flattering. So you want to be cautious with that during this time frame, Cancer. So let's see what your overall energy is then. And you have the Seven of Pentacles, which is all about your vision, where you're headed, what you build off of. Fruition is what the Seven of Pentacles means to me as well. Wisely investing your time and energy, Cancer. I feel like that's going to be really important. And staying focused with being true to yourself, So, you know, that to me also peacocks are a bit unusual, right? And they tend to stand out. So this is saying, allow yourself to stand out, allow yourself to be yourself, and embrace that, celebrate that, all right? There's only one of you on this planet. Wow, your person had lots of cards come out, but I only need one. So just give me one. So I have the Knight of Cups here, which is all about spirituality. You could be connected with a person that is very much into spirituality, or you are, or that's just being highlighted during this time frame. Also, to me, this talks about, you know, being more open and available to love. So if this person has had their heart chakra closed off, I feel like that is opening up, or there's a window of opportunity here for this person to express more authentically how they feel. So let's see what led up to this. I'm going to go into the recent past, Cancer, then I'm going to go into your perception of each other, how you genuinely feel your hopes, and the most likely future outcome. So let's see. Where are you headed and where did you come from? So Page of Swords energy here is showing up for you. I have Cotton Eye Joe playing in my head. I have no idea why. That could be significant. Where you come from, where do you go? Cotton Eye Joe. It's random. Okay. Page of Swords, Six of Cups here. So I feel like Cancer, in the recent past, there's this energy of not really trusting someone or something from your past, okay? Or like based on past experience, there's something that innately is within you that kind of just doesn't really openly trust maybe others or your emotions. I I feel like there is this very immature, childish energy showing up, okay? And I get that for a lot of you, it is your inner child that is showing up here that's asking to be looked at. All right, so for some reason, something from childhood may be surfacing or have recently surfaced in the past, but it's like needing to get ahead of that, needing to get in control of that, and looking towards your future, okay? And for a lot of you, getting back in touch with your traditions and your belief systems and the commitments that you've made to yourself so that you can kind of come into your well-being. And I feel like that's kind of what led you to this moment, for some of you, to this reading, this wanting more, wanting more, wanting more, wanting more information, wanting more intuition to come into your life. So it's like going from this period of not trusting at all to this very high elevation of being in tune enough that it doesn't even matter what others' intentions are, because you know thyself. You know your own intentions, right? So it's standing very firm in that energy, I feel, Cancer, and kind of coming out of, like I said, this past energy that really wasn't serving you, that had you second guessing everything and everyone, and creating something anew for yourself. So beautiful energy bringing us into the now. Let's see, this person, what is their recent past? The Queen of Cups. The Nine of Wands. The Nine of Cups. So this person's recent past, I feel like this person has been a bit guarded with their emotions, okay? And that's why I feel like they're coming into a time period where they're going to be a little bit more open than they have been. This could be because they're feeling some success in other areas of their life, particularly finances or career. Or they could have been guarded because of that for whatever reason. But I just feel like this wall is coming down, because now I have, and the walls come tumbling down. Is that John Mellencamp? Loves him. All right, I'm getting all kinds of music here. So the walls come tumbling down. And I feel like this person is at peace with that, even though they still seem a little bit defensive in their energy. But truthfully, what they're reaching for is more success, feeling more fulfillment in their lives. And I think what this person is coming to find is that emotional fulfillment, that type of success, feels so much better than any tangible success you could have. And that is kind of the path of spirituality, which is getting back in touch with your well-being and noticing that how you feel is the most important priority that you can have in life. So this person might have placed a lot of their happiness and well-being into their external environment in the past, and that kind of didn't really serve them. I'm not saying they didn't find any happiness in that, but they're learning that that's not where happiness derives from, okay? And this is a spiritual path for this person, I feel, that they're on in regards to that. So let's go into perception. Cancer. How do you perceive this person? Now keep in mind, perception is in the eye of the beholder. So it may be your truth, but it may not be this person's truth. Queen of Swords. So there's this very detached energy here, and I feel like it's coming from the other person, not necessarily you, but take it as it resonates. Page of Cups in the reverse, Four of Swords. Somebody was definitely keeping quiet, almost a bit childish. That could have been the childish energy I felt at the beginning. You know, just like not really wanting to budge, not really wanting to compromise. This person may stress you out, you know, so bad that you feel like you need like alone time to be able to relax, because they're very demanding, I feel, on your presence, and or you, they, but I feel this is how you see them. And it's disappointing sometimes, because I feel like, Cancer, you feel like you're trying to give equal give and take and be more generous with your time and energy, and then it's like not appreciated is what I feel. And it's like, okay, let me just calm down for a second, okay? Like that. Like the feeling of being not appreciated, I think, really gets to you. especially when you're trying to give of yourself and you get shut down in the emotional sector, or somebody is very harsh with you. It shuts you down, and it's almost like this is stemming from your childhood. Meaning, like, maybe in childhood you had issues with not being heard or being shut down, or like your emotions were not, they were negated or not listened to. And so you kind of, in a way, vibrationally speaking, have brought that into adulthood, where you kind of allow people to do that to some respect or another. Not consciously. It's just maybe you were taught to ignore your emotion for the appeasement of those that surround you, especially if those that surrounded you when you were a child had a much larger energy, dominating energy than you did. And it's almost like learning how to suppress or quiet what your emotions are. And now some of you are learning how to cut through that during this time frame, which may be a spiritual path that you're on, by putting yourself into situations where you're recognizing, you know, what I feel matters too, and I deserve to be appreciated. And it starts with appreciating yourself. Starts with appreciating self. It's not demanding others to give you that respect. It is demanding you to give that to yourself and to understand that. So let's see this person's perception of the connection, the devil. Wow, the Page of Cups, but in the upright. So interesting. So I saw like a form of rejection or suppression here. Page of Cups in the reverse, and your thoughts about them. And they see you as the Page of Cups upright. So here's you trying to express yourself. This is coming from their point of view. And they feel like you are needy. You are needy. So, or that the way that you go about it, they may feel at times, sometimes it is genuine, but sometimes they feel like you play games or you try to manipulate their emotions, or there's something here going on about that, Cancer. And I'm feeling it in their perception of you, but it can be vice versa. Of course, it's a general reading. But I just feel like, yeah, this person kind of has a difference of opinion here. They feel like maybe you're moody or all over the place, and and then, you know, there's a lot of momentum forward in that direction. It's like, on one hand, they see you as someone who's being authentically themselves, you know, and pushing life forward. And I feel like an inspirational type of vibe. So I feel that's when they vibe with you. You know what I'm saying? And then on the other hand, in their perspective, they feel that sometimes you need too much of them, maybe more than they're willing or able to give. And then they kind of go back and forth in their mind about the connection, or feel that you do, Cancer. So it's interesting, you know, to see your perception versus theirs, right? And how you're kind of playing off of each other on an energetic vibrational wavelength there. You feeling like you want to be heard, but then submissive, and then this person seeing that behavior and in one aspect finding that endearing, and in another aspect finding that needy. Or if it's not needy, then it's like the codependent. Okay, now I'm not saying that is what you are, of course not. I'm saying that's how they see it, you see. So let's go into the genuine emotion and see what we have coming for you. Now that was just perception, so ego, thought process. Now we're going to go into the ethereal, the emotion, the depth, and see underneath that what's going on there, Cancer, on an emotional level. You have the Seven of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and the Hermit. So Cancer, I feel like, you know, sometimes you feel like you need to defend yourself. Like, I had to take a deep breath. And that's what I felt earlier, like this step away. You know, like sometimes it's good just to take a deep breath, or you feel that's what you need to do. It's like, okay. And that's a good time, I think, to go and do something that is in solitude, work on a craft, or have some time to yourself. And I feel that that helps you to kind of balance things out so you can revitalize your energy. But I feel like on an emotional level, this is kind of feeling like, you know, pinned up against the wall sometimes. And at the same time, you know, that energy is kind of pushing you to dedicate more time to self-reflection and dedicate more time to autonomy and independence, which I feel is where your most inspirational creative passions come from. And you're getting some enlightening during this time period. I feel a lot of deep energy here. So I feel that isolation is very soothing for you during this time frame. So I don't mean like sitting at home in a corner playing on your phone. I mean like having some time, like quality time with your thoughts and with yourself, or doing something that keeps your hands busy, but your brain can also process, you know, those types of things. Soul searching. That's kind of what I feel here. Soul searching. And I saw you going through this period in the past, Cancer, of kind of headed towards like alignment. All right. So now, on the other side of that, okay, because there's always two sides of that, watch the defensiveness and the moodiness. This can be quite a critical energy, so that's where your free will comes in. Let's see where this person's emotions are at. King of Cups. The Hanged Man, the Two of Wands. So this person's getting another spiritual perspective. That's what I felt. Emotionally coming into more balance. Okay, emotionally getting another perspective on things, being able to see outside of themselves. That's what this person is being called to do, or being drawn towards, I feel. You know, it's like, make up your mind, and that's kind of what they're doing here. I feel like there's more well-being here than there has been in the past, but then there's also, this person has an issue with always looking at maybe, or not always, sometimes they get stuck in the woe is me, or, you know, thinking about what went wrong as opposed to what went right, or the bad aspects of the connection, feeling alone. I feel like sometimes this person feels alone, meaning they feel misunderstood, which is really interesting because I felt that you felt that way. So you see, I see that again. And it could be, Cancer, when if you take time alone, it makes this person feel alone. But I think in reality, you're doing it to regenerate yourself, and this person may take that personally, or vice versa. But it's just like they're trying to become okay with the way that they feel, but at times they feel a little bit lost in their own emotion. But they are getting a new perspective here. So let's see what your hopes are. Hopes, Cancer. The Moon. To be in touch with your intuition, your emotion. That's what I said earlier. I felt like that's what the star energy was, you know, is like being more in touch with your higher vibrational self, feeling things out, allowing yourself to feel the emotions, okay, as they come up, all right? This person's hope, they want to be understood. It's really funny because they want to be understood, but yet at times they misunderstand you or have a hard time understanding you. So we can't get what we don't give. So when we seek to misunderstand others, we will always be misunderstood. You know, and that may be something your cross watcher needs to hear, the person you're dealing with needs to hear. It's like you cannot expect someone to understand you when you seek to misunderstand them, you know. So it's harder than we think to have open minds and to place ourselves out of situations. And I don't even see that this is like something consciously that either of you are doing towards each other. I just think it's like an undercurrent, that this misunderstanding that kind of goes back and forth between the two of you that interrupts the connection, so to speak. So let's look at future energies and see where this is headed. Now keep in mind, all of the future energies can be changed with free will. So you're in the driver's seat. I'm just giving you a snapshot of what it currently looks like. I saw the Two of Cups flash, and then it went back in. See if it comes back out. Empress. The Hangman. So you're getting a different perspective, you know, and wanting more wanting more patience and peace in your life, you know, feeling misunderstood still, Cancer. You're almost mirroring each other, you know, which you attract people that are a vibrational equivalent to where you're at, right? So that would make sense. And we're here for the exchange of energies, and I see that's what's occurring. But it's like, you know, I feel, Cancer, you're standing on your own 2 feet. You are getting a different perspective and trying to be patient with yourself, most importantly. There's this lackluster type of emotion where you kind of get into your feels and then you start feeling alone or misunderstood. And so I feel like there's still these moments in time where you get pulled into that emotion, but your bounce back game is a lot stronger than it used to be because you know more now than you used to know. You understand more. And so it's like, you know, as opposed to let this tank me emotionally where I can't even break the surface, I'm going to use that to fuel my confidence and push me forward into my more creative passions. So I see you using this energy to push you into things that really are on your path as far as your creativity goes, as far as like inspiration goes. And it's when you decide to take those emotions and channel them in a different way that brings you more balance, that's more in alignment with the peacock. Your unique, authentic self. And kind of embracing that during this time frame. And when you place yourself in that energy, Cancer, there comes a message of peace or a more peaceful energy in your vibration that naturally exudes this confidence, okay? So let's see what this person's most likely future energy outcome is. The Wheel. Wow. 9 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles. So that's what you had in your emotions. This person's feeling more fortunate. There's karma here. So things are coming into play during this time frame that's helping to push things forward. Very slow type of moving energy. So I don't see like overnight changes happening. I think this person still carries a lot of burdens. They may have a chip on their shoulder. I kind of get that. I kind of get this person kind of walks around with a chip on their shoulder sometimes. And that's something for them to look at. But I feel movement forward on their part, or the desire to move forward, dedicating more time to themselves. So they are learning to love themselves, Cancer, and it is helping to push things forward in their own life and in that respect. They still carry around too much past issues, past trauma even for some of them, but it's part of their spiritual path to trust more and to place their focus more onto the best aspects, which see, they had it backwards. They were thinking like, well, when life shows me something good, then I'll feel good. But until then, I'm not going to feel good. And I think the realization this person is coming to or needs to come to is good things come because I feel good. So I'm going to feel good anyways, because I know I have faith that it's going to come to me if I do that. And then good things usher in. So they're kind of evolving in that arena, or they're being called towards that, so to speak. And at the same time, you are being called towards your inspirations as well, and understanding and being okay with yourself, and not needing to change self in order to love self, but loving yourself as you are right now in this moment. So I see similar path trajectories here. Okay, so Cancer, I'm going to leave it on that note and let you know what zodiac signs you might be dealing with. It's a general reading, so keep in mind it could be any zodiac sign, but these are the predominant ones I see are Gemini, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, Capricorn, Libra, Leo, Aquarius, Virgo, Taurus, Pisces, Taurus again, Pisces again. Yeah, those are the predominant. Sagittarius at the bottom of this deck, Virgo again. Those are the predominant zodiac signs I see, but keep in mind it could be any zodiac sign. It's a general reading, so take it as it resonates. Also, don't forget to check me out on Facebook and Instagram, link down below, Tarot Time with Dana. I do go live on Facebook quite a bit, and of course I'm posting on Instagram, so you can catch more fun stuff there. Also, if you like my clothing, you can get it for yourself. Not this outfit, this is not from there, but a lot of what I do wear is from my sister's online boutique, which is avasophiaco.com, linked in the description box below. Otherwise, I'm going to leave it there, and I'm wishing you the very best. And until next time, my friends.